Thank you for tuning into the Mad Dog podcast. I'm your host, John LaJoy, and let me go ahead and get the intro music playing, and we'll be starting here soon.
Subscribe to Daddy. What else? Thanks.
So, I'm going to go ahead and deal with my comments first. Philly Sports Card, aka Spongy, hello to the chat. Definitely have fun with your card show today. Happy to see you in here. Bebop's in the chat too, saying happy St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day to you too, bro. And the other thing is, it's my stepdad's birthday too today. And we have our first guest, 49er Media. How's it going, dude?
Doing well, man. How you doing?
So how do you like the new Spacey players that just got signed with us?
I like majority of them. There's really only one signing that I'm not a huge fan of, but he's gonna be a depth piece, and hopefully Dre Greenlaw's not out for too long. But I'm not a big fan of the Campbell signing, to be honest, just because he's lost some steps, not as fast, okay. Kind of a guy I wasn't really expecting, but I also know he has ties to Kyle Shanahan back in the day.
Yeah.
To Atlanta, but I love the Floyd signing for sure. I know that one hasn't been official yet, but to what it sounds like, it's just he was on a trip or something, so he's finally going to be signing that contract, I guess, next week. But I like the defensive line additions. Losing Armstead, that's a tough one, but at least they have had a plan, and they got the guy from the Texans, Malik Collins.
Yes, so. Malik Collins, that was a good one, and Gross Matos from the Carolina Panthers. He's very flexible. He's bendable. He's definitely going to be somebody for us to look out for coming off the line. Levi saying hi to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, and I mean, Yetur Gross-Matos, he can also play a little bit of defensive tackle, so he kind of has that Armstead thing, and he's lengthy. I think he's going to help with a lot of these guys. I think are going to hopefully help with that run defense, because we saw what ended up happening in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, it's basically where it got. Our guys were being held, or we just got. It was just broke down really quick or very fast.
Yep.
And what would you think if Chase Young went to the Saints or the Carolina Panthers or whatever team he's going to be going to? I know his career with us is probably over now.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I think whichever team he goes to, it's gonna be a 1-year prove-it deal. But I'm just not really sure because I do have concerns a little bit with this character in terms of like more of the lack of play. Because I mean, we saw right in that Lions game where on that
Mhm.
was it the Jamal Williams, I think, like end
Yes.
round, yeah, like he was right there.
Yep.
Um, and then like he ended up, just being very slow.
Hmm.
And not really giving that effort.
Yeah, because I noticed 2 or 3 games he started moving very, very slow, sluggish. Wasn't really in the mood of playing. That part, if I was the coach, I would have yanked him out right off the get go because of the way that he was playing. I really don't think that it was a good maneuver for him to be in. Myself, um, yeah, he did have no off season, so that could have been a factor. But these guys should be doing their jobs. It is a business too.
I know he had no bye week, yeah, because
Yeah.
like we traded for him when our bye week had already happened,
Yep.
but
Is there basically any players that you wish you saw a little bit more during the game? Like that who's on the roster? Have you looked at the roster players at all that we did sign during last year's trade season, uh, or they got undrafted, but we haven't seen them yet play yet?
hmm yeah, I mean a guy that I'm kind of high on, and he showed some flashes. I think even week 18, and even in the preseason, like last year and the year before, is a guy like Taylor Hawkins. Um,
Yes.
but my thing is, I do want them to go get a veteran guy because you obviously have Hufanga coming off that ACL injury,
And
right?
yep.
Right, and so what was it? I think week 11 was when he got hurt too. So
Yes.
I would think he probably misses maybe a few games. Like he could probably go on short-term IR.
Hmm.
That wouldn't really surprise me. So, there's been rumors from Mike Silver saying, oh, the 49ers could be going after big now. I know Mike Silver's been pretty spot on, actually,
Yeah.
this free agency. So I think, even though I like Taylor Hawkins, especially with where they're at right now, I think they do need more of a veteran guy. So, there's still a guy like Quandre Diggs out there from the Seahawks. I wouldn't mind
Yep.
him. I mean, there's still options there, and it seems like a lot of the safety, like there's just, I think a lot of these guys might get 1-year deals, short and not a lot
That's
of
what I'm
money.
expecting
So
too.
I think that's a good thing. That's what's going to help the 49ers because they don't need to go get this big name. It'd be nice if they did, but the thing is, like, they don't really need to do that. That's why a lot of other teams are,
Yeah.
spending a lot of money. And so I think, you know,
Desperate, basically,
yeah, the Niners, they believe in their, system.
guys.
They want to see what their younger guys do. The one thing I do like though with the Campbell pick is hopefully it still gives the opportunity to, guys like D Winters, Jalen Graham.
To get a little bit more work
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
build some mass, but that way they can have the time. Um,
Yeah.
do you think we will see a little bit of Drake Jackson, or are we just going to basically walk away from him?
No, I don't think they walk away from him because, I mean, the first year like, it was just he didn't have his body right, and then, last year he ended up getting hurt. So I don't think they're gonna go away from him, but I think he'll be more of a depth guy. Um, and rotational piece, which I think is fine because Leonard Floyd I'd expect to be the starter. You can
Yes.
kind of have him in with Yutur Gross Matos, which that could also help push Drake Jackson a little bit because they're both some young guys anyways.
Young, yeah.
So I think the Niners. I definitely like their depth better than I did a year ago because I know a lot of
Yeah.
people were like, "Oh, can we sign Ngakoue? Can we go sign one of these other veteran like edge rushers?" And it's like that didn't even happen. And they ended up signing like Austin Bryan, and it was like super weird. I think the Niners kind of were cutting edges a little bit, and I think they noticed that this offseason. So I have to go pretty like in a sec, but I just say like
Yeah.
overall, I like what we've done in free agency for the most part, attacking that defense because you're
Oh yeah.
able to get them at a pretty good price. And a lot of people for those saying, "Oh, we need offensive linemen." I totally agree, but there was no way I was gonna pay a guy like Robert Hunt 5 years, 100 mil, or
Oh yeah.
go sign some of these other guys that got a lot of money. That's just also what the Niners don't do. So they can go get, like I was mentioning, they're kind of going bargain shopping. I think that's what they can do in the draft when it comes to the offensive line, and they still have 10 picks even after the Collins trade.
Yep. Do you think that we will move up to try to get one of the uh, name guys that's in the draft, like maybe like a number 8 or a number 12 spot?
Yeah, so I don't know if we're actually gonna go up that high, but I could definitely see us going into the 20s. That's kind of what we ended up
Oh,
doing with
nice.
Brandon Ayuk too. Um, you know, in that same year where we were like, obviously we had that 13th pick because of the Buckner trade, but despite that, right, we had the 31st pick and then we traded up for Ayuk. So if they like a guy, I definitely could see it. The 49ers are never shy to do it. I would be shocked if we see them do what they did, what was it, 2 years ago when they just didn't even make a single trade in the draft.
Yes.
I think that a guy that they should go trade up is the guy from Duke because he's versatile.
Yeah.
I think tackle. I mean, they could go a little bit later in the second round just because how
Oh yeah.
deep it is of a class, but I definitely think they're going offensive line. And I've been saying this too to some people. It's like you're gonna have control with them for 4 years at least under rookie contract, and you have to pay Purdy pretty soon.
Yep.
What's up with Hufanga, right? How do you guys feel about that? Because again, he's coming off the ACL, but he is in a
Yep.
contract year. Dre Greenlaw also actually in a contract year. The Niners
Yeah.
have a lot of decisions to make in the next few years, and obviously the most important one this season, off season, I think everyone can agree with is extending Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah. Yeah. There has been talk about maybe us could be trading Debo or BA. What one would you prefer, keeping or trading, or keeping both?
Yeah, I don't really see that happening. Because I'm pretty sure Debo now, if I'm not mistaken, I think the out also has, I think, been pushed. Let me just double check that real quick because I know he had like a potential out this. Okay, yeah, so it's pushed to now 2025. So I don't see it
Okay.
happening. And also, why would the Niners be marketing his jersey number? Change to
Yeah.
one.
One. Yeah. I'm like,
And the
all
thing
right,
is, if
he
they
just
knew
changed
that
his number.
yeah, and if they knew that he was gonna possibly get traded, he probably wouldn't have changed it too.
Yep.
So, yeah, and then Brandon Ayuk, I don't see it. I think they're gonna sign him. I just don't see anyone. The thing I think what's tough with the window is that year that we had to extend Debo and then now extending Ayuk. Both draft classes are extremely deep when it comes to the receiver class, and so I think that's why a lot of times some of these teams aren't willing to kind of give that king's ransom.
Oh yeah.
So I just don't see that happening. Um, you know, I Armstead obviously they got rid of him, so
Yep.
they'll pick up I think it's 18 million after June 1st.
Yes.
So they're going to be close to, I think, about 30 million in cap space, but I don't think that's taken in like the Leonard Floyd signing yet.
Yeah.
Because I think that's like I mean, I'm sure the cornerback we signed from the Saints isn't anything crazy too, but I think those are the two moves, if I'm not mistaken, that aren't official yet. So
Yeah. And the guy from the Saints is Isaac.
yeah.
Trust me, I'm still trying to learn his last name.
Isaac
Anyway.
Yodom, yeah.
Yodom. Okay.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I end up just using Google Translate when I don't know how to
Oh,
pronounce
okay.
some of these guys' names.
Yeah, I go to their highlight films and they're saying their names right off the get go. And some of these guys I'm getting quicker, like Gross Matos, that one. I only had to watch maybe one tape and I was able to get his last name down anyway.
Yeah, or like just watching a highlight tape. Usually they'll say it in there too. But already, I do have to end up leaving, but I did want to just hop in here.
And thank you for hopping on. And one of these days, I need to get you on to do one of my basically one of my trivia nights.
All right, yeah, hit me up and can figure that out.
Oh yeah. All right, I will talk to you later, buddy.
All right, have a good one. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hope you guys have a good one as well. And make sure to smash the like button.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Peace.
Levi, if you want to hop on, Bebop, if you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. You guys both got the link. Carcast was supposed to be in here too, but I think something was going on with his stuff. Let me private message him. All right, I'll go ahead and get. Nope, wrong spot. Meant to click something else. Oh, Jimmy. All right, who do I want to bring up? Okay, let's go ahead and bring him up. So we got Sam. Okay. I'm not going to pronounce the rest of his name. We got him from the base of the Tennessee Titans last year at the trade deadline. I know we don't know that much about certain players, so I'm going to start talking about each of these players each time. I got almost all the defensive players that I'm going to be talking about today. I'm only going to go ahead and do 4. If people are not jumping in, that's fine. Sam's career started with basically Tennessee Titans in 2022. He got traded to San Francisco last season for a practice squad member only in 2023. Third team All Big Ten in 2021. Oh, hang on, I got somebody in the chat. What up, Bebop? How's it going? What was that?
Yeah, just closing out the YouTube feed. Doing good. You know, St. Patty's Day, super nice over here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, nice.
Finally feeling
Yeah.
some kind of spring weather, so I'm taking
Oh,
advantage.
nice. And if you guys like to know, that is in the YouTube channel. Today's my stepdad's birthday today. He just turned 70
Right.
today.
I heard that. That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So I'll stop the share. What do you think about the trades that we got today from this last week?
Last week, I think they're pretty solid. I think letting Armstead was like a kind of a shocker, but not so much at the same time because I mean he's getting paid so much money and he's just been riding the bench for like 6 weeks, 8 weeks out of the season. So
Yep.
I mean that was like a big shocker to me. I like we're constantly feeding the D line. So I appreciate that. I like the Floyd signing. I really want us to really move towards the offensive line. Like I don't want just bandages to cover the holes that we've been losing. And I feel like even Jake Brendel and McKivitz, they've been bandages. They're like legitimate bandages, and they've held it down for a little bit, but. You saw in the Super Bowl, like, way too many pressures. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I know we signed John Feliciano back on the roster again. He does have the starting position.
He did it. And I appreciate what he did when he came in. He took Burford's job.
Oh yeah,
and he held us down for a really long time. I don't know. Another thing, there's a guy at work saying that it's all fake, and it's all scripted, and whatnot. I don't see how we had so many injuries in one game. Doesn't make sense to me.
Injuries, it can be a fluke of nature. I played in high school and that type of stuff. A lot of injuries can happen, especially if you're not, because a lot of people are very careful when they're playing and that type of stuff, but injuries do happen. Like Basie example, Basie with Greenlaw, he just extended just from the sideline, and that was crazy. Then we had John Feliciano with the elbow. That was hit by a helmet or shoulder pad.
Yeah.
But if you have watched the tape, there was a lot of damn holding.
A couple plays. Tebow went down for a couple of plays.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like ongoing. I mean, we took it to overtime.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel. I'm still salty about it all, to be honest.
Yeah, but you can definitely see a lot of holding by the Chiefs. The refs wasn't calling those plays, but it's a what if now. If they did call those plays, it's just crazy moments.
Yeah.
What would you think if we had cameras watching the whole plays and making the call down to the refs?
Wait, what was that? I'm sorry. There's like cars driving by.
What would you think if they had like AI robots watching the games and then basically having
instead
having
of calling
a human making the
New
calls?
York, I don't even think we need robots. Instead of calling to New York should be in the fucking booth to begin with.
Just watching the cameras.
You don't call so far, and I mean everybody can see it. There was more people watching this last Super Bowl than like the man on the moon that tried to go in like the 60s. Like this was the most televised, most grossed audience ever to watch anything. And you're going to tell me that, like you said, like those holds weren't called, like certain calls are just like, negated to one side or the other. And it's just like with last year's debacle with Kyle didn't call the timeout towards the end when
Mm-hmm.
I think they were out of bounds.
Yeah.
During the Eagles games, and he was way out of bounds, and they hurried up offense, and like he didn't call a timeout, and like it didn't go towards an AI or to the refs. So,
Oh yeah, and
I don't know if it's all about the money or what is going on with the betting and stuff like that, because they've been like, I don't remember the betting being so prominent when I was younger, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
They're like the biggest sponsor, probably the biggest contributor to the NFL at this point. So who fucking knows?
Yeah, and the other thing is, at least we had 3 people retired. We had Jason Kelsey retired.
Oh yeah, he was crying. Oh, I love those tears.
The Ram, yes.
I was loving. Sorry, Spongy. I was loving those tears though.
Yeah, and plus I said, and Fletcher Cox retired. The Rams player, basically, Donald finally retired. And then yesterday, I got the notification that the Eagles signed Kenny Pickett, and I was like, "Oh, that is a Jalen Hurts replacement. Jalen Hurts is being replaced this year." So I got the dig in on that one.
He's staying in PA. Saquon Barkley. They signed Saquon Barkley. Like literally, Saquon Barkley lives, or he played football right down the street from me, right here.
Oh, wow.
The Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, or like far East Coast, like on the New Jersey borderline. And
oh wow,
yeah, Saquon played like literally 10 minutes away in the car.
All right, and we do have another guest. We got Darwin Raven, aka Levi, is on the air with us.
Hello, guys.
What up, homie?
How y'all doing?
So, Levi, how do you feel about the trades and the new signings that you guys got?
Derek the King.
Yeah, of course, the King coming over from Tennessee, the big signing for the Baltimore Ravens. You know, I'm super excited about it, but I'm also hesitant. I was on the Friday night show last night, and I quoted a little bit of Ryan Clark. You know, I forgot what show he's on over there at NFL Network, but he made a really good point. He said, where did the Ravens finish in rushing last year? First, like 5 years straight almost. You know, it's never been a problem for the Ravens, and they've been able to do it with Kenyon Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like Melvin Gordon. But you how can you not be excited for Derrick Henry? You know, like signing. Like the real exciting for me is the Beak extension. The fact that we were able to get him off the franchise tag and sign him to a 4-year deal in Baltimore to keep him basically with Lamar for the Super Bowl runs. And it dropped his cap hit by like $10 million, which was huge for us. And the last one for us, Ronnie Stanley literally renegotiated his contract exactly how I talked about on my special. I don't know if y'all saw it. I said, hey guys, I'd love to keep Ronnie, but we need to get his cap number somewhere around 16 to 17 million. I'd love around 11. Basically, instead of restructuring, I'd like to renegotiate, allowing him to hit free agency next year so he can go get some signing bonus money. And the Ravens did exactly that yesterday and freed up another like 10 million in cap. Like, so super ecstatic about that. We've got like 20 million in cap, I think. I don't know if that counts the Derrick Henry though.
Yeah,
I don't want to highlight the negative, but did you lose anybody to free agency?
Oh, I mean, of course. How the real thing is this.
Everybody,
Patrick Queen.
We lost Eric Armstead.
Not only did Patrick Queen leave, he went to the Steelers.
Rival.
No fucking way.
Geno Stone,
he did.
who led the NFL in interceptions for most of the year, left the Ravens for the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
on a 3-year.
Oh, ouch.
And what killed me about this, I knew PQ was leaving. When I did all my math, I'm like, I even wrote a tweet to PQ. I was like, bro, I love you, but no matter what, we just not going to have the money for you. I'm sorry. And you deserve to go get your bag. So I was like, basically saying, best of luck, dude. I hope you get paid. Man, it hurt going to Steelers, though. Geno hurt worse because Geno signed for exactly what I expected him to sign for. Actually, about $3 million less than I would have been willing to pay him. And he went to the division rival. That hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. But, we got guys in the wings we're waiting for. I don't know if you know Trenton Simpson, our 3rd-round pick last year out of Clemson. Basically, he didn't see much of the field because of Roquan and PQ. But in his very limited action at the very end of the season, he was playing just as good as PQ. So we're really excited for him this season.
So, Levi, what do you think about the guys that we signed on our team?
Ooh, y'all made some sneak moves. So, of course, I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember the exact name. I know you got Collins on the inside now, the defensive tackle. He's going to be
Leonard Floyd.
And that's who I'm thinking of. Leonard Floyd finished 9 sacks in 4 or 5 straight seasons. He's a better runner defender than Chase Young ever was, or probably is going to be based on his attitude. I think that's an under. I'm telling you, that Malik Collins signing, he's going to come in, probably get you 4 to 6. But the thing is, he's going to press the internal pocket. You're going to be able to stunt better now, like how the Ravens did. Basically, way more effective on the opposite side.
Yeah, and plus, he wanted to come to us too. So, and what do you think about Gross Motos from the Carolina Panthers?
He got some opportunities playing beside Burns, and the Carolina defense, despite how bad that organization was, Carolina's defense wasn't terrible.
Everybody was wanting Burns since
he's either going to be
2 years
the steal of your linebackers basically, or he's just gonna. But it's like a no risk, high reward signing in my opinion.
Yeah,
you can't lose on that signing. And no matter what, it provides good depth in case any linebacker goes down with injury.
And plus, he does play defensive end too. So, because he's a 6'5" guy, big guy, definitely has a lot of speed, and he snaps off that bend. So he's definitely a little bit more better than what I would say with Chase Young. But I do like Chase Young. And since we're on the topic of Chase Young, what team?
I heard he's had a couple of interviews so far.
Panthers, Saints, and I believe the Patriots.
Clowney's had interviews with the Panthers, and he's heading to the Jets. I think either today or was it yesterday? I know we need.
I believe that was yesterday.
See, that's actually where we spend that money on Derrick Henry. That's what I really wanted to spend money on. I wanted to pursue Khalil Mack from the Chargers, to be honest with you. That was my plan.
And I know it was kind of aerospace too.
But where were you transitioning to, John?
Bebop. We was looking at Khalil Mack too.
Oh, the Chase Young. You said he's had interviews, and then I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chase Young has had interviews with the Saints, the Panthers, and the Patriots. So what team would you see him going with? I know it's going to be a low ball team anyway, with a bank bag anyway.
Man, that's tough. I don't see Carolina going that route. I think they see too much reminiscence of Burns, who they just traded away. Burns, I think, a much better player. The Saints, that's a sneaky one. You could probably throw the Falcons in there, too. Who's got cap space right now?
Oh, yeah. That would be good to know. AKA the Falcons.
You know what's stupid about everything? The Eagles still have $35 million in cap space. They're 5th in cap space still because Jalen Hurts was so friendly at the beginning of the deal.
Yeah, plus they did get Kenny Pickett on the team, and I was having fun with Spongy. And I was like, "Oh, that's Jalen Hurts' replacement now."
There's been a lot of talk. How many quarterbacks have been moved before Justin Fields? We saw Desmond Ritter get moved before Justin Fields got, supposedly.
Yeah.
So it really makes me wonder what Chicago's doing.
Keenan Allen. Chicago picked up Keenan Allen from
that's
Chargers.
That trade yesterday.
So,
I'm telling you, Sam Howell going to the Seahawks yesterday as well.
I don't know what's going on over there,
I don't know if y'all saw that. That was the one that went under the radar because the Keenan Allen trade. Sam Howell got traded from the Commanders to the Seahawks. Dude quietly put up like 4,000 yards basically passing last year. He was a turnover machine. But, they did a good job with Geno there. Like,
yeah,
sneak signing there for Seattle, or trade, I should say.
I think Seattle got the Jaguars safety Rashawn Jenkins, and I was looking at him. I really like his play. That's like one of my favorite players. So I kind of thought like maybe we're gonna sign a safety. Something like that, and when the fucking Seahawks picked him up, I was so pissed.
Dude, it was a load. This running back and safety class in free agency was stacked, like absolutely stacked.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah,
here.
and we're getting old. We need Hufanga back, but I think Gibson, he might walk. He's like 34 years old at this point.
I have a question for y'all about the 49ers. So I saw you sign was like Braylon Allen, I think your backup quarterback, re-signed him to a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
Do you think you might target a quarterback like super late in this draft? Like,
I can see us probably going maybe waiting till the 5th or 6th round.
Yeah, I
snag
think
one.
we could pick one up because just the fact we got Brian Greasy. Brian Greasy interviewed for a bunch of other jobs. I don't know if he didn't get it or whatnot, but I think he's staying in house. So Brock Purdy was putting up crazy freaking numbers, top PBR in the league and stuff like that. So why not?
I know for the Ravens, the one thing I'm really super looking forward to next year is the Ravens were going to have basically a completely different offensive line. Even though we had one of the best offensive lines in the NFL last year, our left guard signed with the Jets. We traded our right tackle to the Jets. Kevin Zeitler, our right guard, had a void year deal. He did not sign an extension before the deadline to push off dead money, which is a likely indicator that he's not coming back to the team. So we've got internal guys that we've been waiting, but it's a crazy thought to go into the.
How's your cap space looking?
I don't know. Let me double check it. I don't think. Oh no, okay. We got the Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's first year hit's going to be 5.1. That's beautiful. Current cap space 14.9. So basically 15, which means effectively should be around 11. So still plenty of cap space to make some moves in free agency. But we also what we did in the Morgan Moses trade, our right tackle, we traded him to the Jets. We swapped our 4th to move up 20 spots in the 4th round, and then we also got a 6th round pick. I talked about last night. This draft is deep. It's because the COVID years they were allowed to have an extra year of eligibility in college, and with NIL money, it's worth staying in college now. This draft class is deep.
I heard the wide receivers are deep for sure.
There's a lot of big X number 1 guys.
Need to build our offensive line.
Did y'all hear Leggett out of USC in South Carolina in his interview?
No, I haven't heard that one yet.
I'm telling you, when you get off here, go look it up. Everyone's like, I knew he grew up in Mullen, South Carolina, and that's a little ways from where I grew up, but I just never would have thought he sounded like that. There's a reason that boy went to USC. He got that deep Southern,
the deep accent.
God, dude.
Oh yeah, those are awesome. A lot of people say I have a Texas accent, but I was raised in California. My mom lived in Texas.
You know what's funny? When I was younger, I had a major in ROTC. He tried to teach us never to speak with accents. He told us when we went to college, people would look down on us as less intellectual, basically, just based upon our Southern accent. I was like, good to know, Major. Good to know.
Thank you, Con, sir. So,
my boss is from Texas, so for whatever that's worth, I'm out in Pennsylvania. So,
where do you think Mike Williams lands? Did he already sign, or is he still? He's still out there.
Don't think so.
Yeah, he's still out there. That's a big one.
I think the Buccaneers to pick him up. Him and Mike Evans.
Oh, here's one. Could we see Justin Fields leaving from the Cowboys?
They already have Trey Lance, don't they?
No, I said Justin Fields. Could we see Justin Fields leaving from the Bears
to the Cowboys?
No, I'm hearing like the Steelers. Cowboys are barely making any type of moves. They've been doing small moves, but
Cowboys Jimmy got no cap space.
I know. And Jimmy Jones is a crazy old man anyway.
Ooh, I'm checking some of the Seahawks moves right now too. Honestly, they've made some really good moves. I was interested in them the moment they cut both safeties when brought Micah Mardy.
Same here.
Yeah.
But as for Fields, I don't know. Pittsburgh got Russ, and I don't know. I don't know if they're going to keep Mason Rudolph as the backup there because he had a pretty good end of the season. Of course, they already moved on from Pickett.
Yeah.
Kirk's got the 4-year down in Atlanta. What about Minnesota?
That could probably happen.
It's interdivisional, so I doubt it. But yeah. Where else?
Oh, and
Arizona, maybe.
What do you guys think about Jimmy G being a Ram now?
Oh my God!
F the Rams.
Jimmy don't care. Jimmy gonna go wherever. Who's gonna pay him? That dude's made so much money in his career.
He's out of the league for the next 2 years.
I joke with people. I'm like, guys, you realize like the veteran minimum in the NFL is like 10 times the average salary of most people. Like 10 years worth of their salary, like for 1 year of play.
Yeah,
it's rough. Let me see. Y'all lost Kinlaw, of course, to the Jets. That's whatever.
Kinlaw, I was expecting to go.
Exactly.
The part I didn't care for about Kinlaw is when two offensive guys flipped them over their back. As soon as that happened, I was like, nope, I'm done with you. Because that's one thing that defensive coaches teach you. You never let the offensive guys flip you. Because once they flip you, you're done.
He's very tall. Same with Armstead. I think the guys that we brought in are more of a, those real nose tackles, true nose tackles.
Yeah, like, I'm looking at your free agency right now. And I think the one thing to talk about too is I think y'all have technically on payroll right now like 63 players. So you're already like full fucking roster. I think most teams are around the 50s and 40s. You already have your team. Like you're set. By the way, I'm looking at these deals. The Leonard Floyd, great deal. You're basically replacing Randy Gregory for $4 million less a season. And I think Leonard Floyd's a better runner defender than Randy Gregory ever was. Malik Collins is, of course, going to replace Kinlaw, it looks like.
He got injured.
You're paying him more, but he played like 20% more snaps last year for the Texans, and of course had a great year with your former defensive coordinator. So he's probably very familiar with your system. That's a great.
They're praising that Leonard Floyd hasn't missed a game since 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's solid. He is solid.
He was good with Buffalo.
Y'all are going to be one of the teams that probably push an edge rusher early, and I hate you for it. In most mock drafts I play, I've done every edge rusher I like is gone by round 3. There's going to be a real big run on the second and third round of the edge rushers.
Yep.
And I have a feeling y'all are going to be one of those teams just to add a depth piece, developmental, and develop behind, these veterans. Like, that's frustrating.
Yeah, we got to get younger. That's the consensus. And I want to say the locker room, but, just in general, like, we're the 4th oldest team in the league. So, like, we have to make really good. Most of the signings that we've had for the last week are only for a year or two. There's nothing like really super solidified. So we have to get younger. We need.
I'm gonna tell you though, this Seahawks defense is going to be completely different from the defense you faced last year.
Mhm.
The linebackers, I love their choices. So they brought in Jordan Brooks from the Dolphins.
Yep.
Love the dude. He's gonna be the battering ram more.
Who's their head coach?
Who? Their head coach,
Who's
Mike
their
McDonald.
head coach? Did they get a haircut?
Mike McDonald, the former
was it?
defensive coordinator of the Ravens. Mike McDonald. He's now the youngest
Mike
head coach.
McDonald.
Yeah.
That
All
coach
right,
is
all right.
Who? Mike Johnson. But
I remember.
they brought in Jordan Brooks, the inside linebacker.
Okay.
They also brought in a dude, I forgot his name, from the Bills, and he is so rangy and great in coverage. Trying to remember his name, but their linebacker, that like right there, that overhaul of the two linebackers in the middle for them is going to be an absolute difference maker for them.
Right. Yeah, that Rashawn Jenkins signing, I was super pissed. He could have signed with any other team. I still would have been pissed. But
he signed for
Seahawks is like
$6 million, I think, too, for this first year. Like nothing. Like
oh,
I think they're going to
we should
upgrade their
pick 'em up.
tight end core too, which is something I talked with Joe a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
did my headset cut out? Sounds like it. Sounds
No.
like my headset was cutting out. But they're
All
going to
right, but
upgrade
I
their
gotta
tight end
go.
core.
I gotta go. So,
All right,
guys,
catch you later, Bebop, and thank you
Later,
for hopping
Bebop.
in, bud.
I'll see you. You have a good St. Patty's Day. Don't forget, eat your
Green on.
what is it? Sauerkraut. Eat some sauerkraut with it. Don't forget.
Technically, I basically have permanent green. I got a tattoo that has green on it.
Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. There's like
Basically, I cheated.
park calls happening all around town, and everybody's finding their way closer over here. So I'm gonna meet up with everybody. Go party.
I got to spend one St. Patty's Day in downtown Atlanta. I was there for training.
I'm Spaniard. Oh, what was that?
Nice.
What was his name? I just had it again. Oh God, I'm trying to remember that linebacker. Tyrell Dodson was the linebacker that the Seahawks signed with the Bills. That was Tyrell Dodson and Jordan Brooks now at the center of that defense is going to be nasty. I'm still looking to see who their other safety is going to be, but I don't know. They've made some moves, and I think they're going to continue. How much cap space do they have? They've still got about $14 million effectively.
But all right, fellas.
All right,
top of the morning.
Be safe.
Catch you later.
Make good decisions.
Happy St. Patty's Day to you too, buddy.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patty's.
Looks beautiful.
I'll be listening.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Peace.
Peace out, bud. Yeah. Seahawk Eddie just sent me something.
What he said you?
Personal foul, Dallas Cowboys.
Bro, I just feel bad for Cowboy fans sometimes, and I don't know if you know what's going on with the Dak Prescott and his contract situation.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if he doesn't sign an extension, the void years kick in on his deal, and the cap is so ridiculous. Hold on, let me see if I can go find it real quick. Contract table. I'm gonna go my quarterbacks. Is he Cowboys Dak? So yeah, his void money next year, if he's not on the team, he's going to be a cap hit of $36 million next year if he's not on the team.
Ooh,
Can you
that's gonna
imagine
be
paying a
gnarly.
quarterback $36 million in 1 year, and they're not even on your
No.
squad? And he's hitting the cap for $59 million this year, which is pretty
Oh.
rough. But have you seen Lamar's contract? Lamar.
If you want, go ahead and basically you can we can basically share it and where everybody can see it too.
See here, percent.
And if you like to know, I am up to 89 subs now.
Good shit, my guy. Excuse my language.
Don't worry about it. And I think we got another.
So this
guest
is Lamar's deal. Hold on, let me zoom in on that.
It hasn't fully popped in yet.
How do either work?
There we go. So that's Lamar's contract, and I want you to pay attention. Look at that 2026 and 2027 numbers. Absolutely ridiculous. That's why I said on Twitter a while ago, the Ravens have clearly identified a 3-year Super Bowl window before they have to address Lamar's contract, basically. We just finished year 1. So the Ravens got to get it done here in 2024 and 2025, because when that cap, it doesn't matter if the salary cap continues to increase, a $74 million cap hit is going to be rough.
Yeah, that's big. And we can welcome in little Spongy too, because he just hopped in as well. So we got our resident Eagle in here. So we have 3 different people from 3 different teams in the chat.
It's not fair. Y'all keep having great draft classes. Jalen Hurts is on such a cap-friendly deal that you're 5th in cap space despite all the moves you've made and all the players you have under contract. Not fair.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, since your replacement, you guys already signed Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's better than Jalen Hurts by my standard.
The young, I'll do 20 on it, and I'll do 30 for births.
Yeah, the Kevin Bird experiment didn't work. Whatever. Bringing Saquon in, absolutely. Bryce Huff on the edge is going to work great in that system of yours. Definitely, you could say Saquon's an upgrade over DeAndre. Let me see, who else have y'all made some moves? Nicholas Morrow, the linebacker, left for the Bills. Whatever. Your draft class is just going to continue to develop anyway.
Yeah, good. I'm glad Morrow left.
Exactly. The Eagles got a chance, man, to be really good next year. They're still going to make some moves here in free agency.
I think we'll get. Cordero Patterson.
Okay. Bringing a lot of special teams play there.
So Spongy, I think the Seahawks and probably the Niners are going to break you this coming up year.
Yeah.
What would you say, Spongy, is your number one target right now in free agency for the Eagles? Position-wise, I'm sorry.
What was your question? I probably pass on you. Right.
What would you say is the no worries. But what would you say is your number one position need in free agency right now? If you could sign one position, not a player.
I don't think we need anything else, to be honest.
Okay.
I think we just need younger guys.
Some depth, basically.
Depth, maybe offensive line depth. Because we did lose Sua Opeta, which is painful. But because he's been a good depth piece for the last 4 or 5 years. So, Sua Opeta. So, that's cool.
And Levi, since you asked that question, what about the Ravens? What would you think that your team will be looking at?
Dude, if I could, I know we're staring at Jadeveon Clowney right now, hoping he'll come back to Baltimore. The thing is, we paid him $2 million last year. He played at like $9 million contract level, essentially. So he's trying to get some money, and that's why he's already had 2 other interviews. Like we talked about Panthers and the Jets already. So
Yeah.
we need edge. While Odafe Owe, his like PFF's most improved player for the Ravens on the defensive side of the ball last year, David Ajabo, we took him in the second round after he tore his Achilles at his pro day. He then had a season-ending, like I think ACL injury this year. So 2 years, like season-ending injuries. I can't really count on him this year. As much as I want him to come out there and take over the starting position, I can't bank on it anymore.
Yeah.
So we need, and last year we literally were basically having to start Kyle Van Noy and Jadeveon Clowney as edge rushers, which they both put up like double-digit sacks, so it worked out.
Oh, yeah, they did.
That's all credit to Mike McDonald and his system, which of course is why I keep saying watch out for Seattle, because he could do that with Jadeveon and Kyle Van Noy. I'm telling you, he's going to turn it up there in Seattle to a different level.
Yes, see, for the 49ers, I would say definitely right tackle for sure. We need to try to pick up somebody, maybe a side linebacker too, and probably a few new wide receivers, maybe one running back, maybe looking for a new fullback to replace Juszczyk.
The great thing is this draft, like we talked about earlier, loaded the tackle classes, just like everyone's talking about. Like there are like 9 to 11 tackles that have first round grades on them in this draft class, which is insane. Yeah. Like and honestly, when I was watching the combine, the defensive backs really caught my eye. I feel like this defensive back class is a lot better than it was last year. I can't express enough how I kind of want to trade back out of the first round for the Ravens and pick up as many draft picks as I can. Especially if I can get if I can get 2 seconds and like 2/3. Oh, I'm ecstatic.
Mm-hmm. Was there a player that stand out to you in the combine?
Ooh.
That wasn't a big name and did not do the combine?
So doing the combine, of course, there's talk about Kool-Aid McKinstry. Of course, if you don't know, they found a Jones fracture in his foot at the medicals, so he didn't even participate. Might see him go in the second round, kind of like David Ajabo and some of these other guys that have gone in previous years. We'll see where teams are at on that, medically speaking. And, I don't know if they've had their pro day. We'll probably hear more about it then. But I don't know. There was just a guy that's not named. I'll be honest. There's one guy that caught my eye. I think he might be a really great zone corner. And I still have to go back and watch more. I had some stuff going on, so I missed some of the second groups of some of the positions. Upsetting, but I got to go back and watch it. Defensive back Cam Hart out of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Looked super solid in his drills, pretty good on all the measurable stuff. But the thing that caught my eye with him was how natural he looked, just catching the ball, flipping, finding, and locating. Gave me that vibe like he could also play a little bit of safety. And it reminded me a lot of the former, or I shouldn't say former, but the Raven that I was banging the table for Pro Bowl last year for the Ravens, Brandon Stevens. Brandon Stevens was originally a halfback that transitioned to safety, that was drafted as a safety, then transitioned to corner for the Ravens. And he's one of the few Ravens that played 100% of the snaps at the beginning of the season for the defense. Love the dude. So Cam Hart apparently used to play wide receiver. I think he came on to Notre Dame as a wide receiver, switched to defensive back. I love those types of guys.
Yeah. I was
that explains
definitely
his ball
looking
skills.
in. Yeah, I was looking at him too, as well. I did pick him up on a few draft mocks too, and
He
everybody
rose
say-
after the combine super
Yeah.
hard. Like
and we do got a Cope in the chat, Kenny Cope, and that would be little spongy. Kenny, he likes to change his name. He likes to play those little pranks on everybody.
I like it.
And the picture right there, if you do not know, that is Kenny Pickett, and Kenny Pickett was a born and bred Eagles fan. And Spongy is on mute because he has too much background noise going on, and I'm like, oh, everybody's talking, and that's why he's mute.
I agree with what he said, though. They really don't have a lot of holes in their roster, like at all. I'm looking at that depth chart for the Eagles. There is no hole, like no hole.
Yeah, I think with the center, since Jason Kelsey did retire, their new center is going to be a total different personnel. I can see a little bit of change, but not a lot, especially if they do have a good number 2.
Yep. They've got a guy named Cam Jurgens. They took him in the second round of the 2022 draft from Nebraska.
Okay.
You know, I love them cornbread fed guys. He's 6'3", 303. Looks like I think they've been grooming him for a while to be Kelsey's replacement.
Yeah.
So they're, like I said, dude, they are solid. And like you might look at their depth chart and they've got Milton Williams listed ahead of Moro Ojomo. Moro Ojomo was one of my draft special guys. He is an absolute nose tackle stuffer and he's learning how to press from the interior of the pocket. Like, what's crazy is just a lot of their guys they drafted last year are just going to finally start getting a little more playing time, like Jalen Carter. And what was his name? The other Nolan Smith, the linebacker out of Georgia, they stole last year too, and late in the first round.
Carter's going to be scary.
Yeah, he is. Your entire team's scary, bro. Be honest.
Yeah. Well, so is your quarterback and running back.
You can't argue with that. That is going to be a little.
Yeah, basically with the Ravens, do you let your quarterback run or do you let your running back run?
The really scary thing is the Ravens' offensive line might be better run blocking this year than it was because, like I said, we're going to have 3 out of 5 offensive line changed. But here's the thing. So left guard, we carry Laulu, the tackle who moved to guard out of Oregon. We carried him on the 53-man roster the entire year, despite never playing him. The Ravens were terrified of losing him. We also have Ben Cleveland. We drafted him out of Georgia a few years ago in the 3rd round. He filled in for Kevin Zeitler at right guard several times last year towards the end of the season. PFF had him rated just like Zeitler, 80-plus PFF grade in pass protections. So he basically fills Kevin Zeitler's right guard. That's probably the easy one. But then the sneak is we came back up into the 7th round last year after we had finished our draft to get Andrew Voorhees, that USC guard who went down at the combine. And I'm telling you guys, he was considered fighting for that top guard position, in that draft before that injury. So he's going to compete probably with Laulu for left guard. And then I fully expect the Ravens to use their first pick of the NFL draft on one of these very talented tackles. And there's going to be especially really good right tackles available at that point. And probably going to, and then we have guys we've been developing. Patrick McCary filled in for Ronnie Stanley half the year. He likes playing right tackle anyway. So like I said, there's a chance that we could be a lot younger and stronger on that offensive line, which with Derrick Henry behind it could be monstrous.
Oh yeah. All right. Since I don't have my Raider friend on the podcast, he was supposed to be on today. What do you guys think about what the Raiders have done this off season?
They overpaid for Wilkins.
That's what I said.
They let my boy Hunter Renfrow go. I was on Twitter saying, "It's free my boy Hunter." They did him dirty. They signed an extension and then brought in what was his name, Jacoby Myers from the Patriots, who played his exact role and gave him all his snaps. And I was like, it'd be funny if just send Hunter back to the Patriots. It'll all work out.
Yeah, I would say if Hunter Renfrow goes anywhere, I would say send him to the Ravens. Definitely not to the Eagles.
I think the Ravens are going to. I think the Ravens want 2 second-round picks like me because they want to go, or no matter what, they want to go after a tackle, and then we're going after one of those big 6'3", 6'4" wide receivers in this draft. We've been salivating here in Baltimore. Honestly, I love Leggett, the USC kid. Like, I know a lot of people are talking about Deontay or Coleman, the FSU kid. After he ran that slow 40, he's been dropping down some boards. Yeah, Keon, thank you. He's been dropping down some draft boards.
He's also really tall, and he's not really the
it's
type
hard
of guy who.
But yeah, it's hard when you're tall. It's hard to sink those hips, basically, is what it is, and get acceleration out of your brakes.
And plus, then for a lineman, you got to do those quick turns to pop somebody hard that's smaller than you that can outrun you basically sometimes.
But a lot of the Ravens flock is been screaming if he starts falling down draft boards and he's there at pick 30 for the Ravens, like no way you pass up on, just he's one of those guys. A lot of people are saying it's a lot like Kyle Hamilton. So if you don't remember, Kyle Hamilton was at one point talked about going in the top 5 of that draft. Oh, was it 2019? No, not 2019. Was it 2022? Yeah. But so he was talked at one point top 5. He went to the combine and ran like what 4.5, 4.6, slower than what most people thought he would run at, like 6.4 basically. And he fell to the Ravens at, I think it was pick 15, if I remember correctly. One of the highest picks the Ravens have had in the past, like 15 years, 20 years. And we are very excited about Kyle Hamilton.
All right. Here's a question. Levi, would you like to do a mock draft, and would you like to basically put it on the screen so it will be a Niner, Raven, and an Eagles mock draft?
You know what's really funny is I already had the tab up and was working on selecting the teams to do it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Because I know Spongy likes doing his mock draft, but he doesn't have that many mock drafts. And I know I only have 10 mock drafts now.
How many rounds do you want?
7 would be fine.
Heard.
What up, Robbie? Hang on. Tell me, Robbie.
That's weird. Okay, there
Say
we
hi.
go.
Hello.
Taking all the randomness.
What's up?
So I can see
What up, bro?
you. All right.
I take all the randomness out of my draft too.
Yeah. Plus the other thing, I don't do like trades either. That part sometimes I don't like doing it anyway.
It takes a little more time to do the trades for sure. Like,
Yeah.
it's part of it as well. Let's see here. Switch that over there so I can see it to my left. All right, we got 7 rounds. A good mix of public versus PFF, a little more positional value, and no randomness. Philly, of course, first on the board
I know.
because they're cheaters and they constantly trade back in stock draft picks. I hate them. Not really.
Oh man, it's tough here. Could we get another D lineman to pair next to Carter and Davis with John Newton?
Ooh.
No,
I'm telling you, Brandon Fisk too is going to be a great.
It's good.
He
And,
showed at the combine. Same with Oro Horo.
And same with Chris
Jenkins. Yeah, everyone expected him to test out of the water though.
can you go to tackle?
A tackle, yes sir.
Dang, Todd Pining's off the board.
Who's
I
off the
wanted
board?
Todd
Yeah, he went off 14 to the Saints. and that's a great pick for them, honestly.
Yes, it is.
Protect Derek Carr. I think they needed a tackle too. I don't know, dude. Let me ask y'all: are you buying into Jared Verse?
No.
No.
I'm telling you, I don't know if he's the guy. Like, he's been mocked to the Ravens a lot if he falls, and I don't know. I'm not high on it. Oh, you just lost out on Amarius Mims, too.
Oh,
I know.
that guy's good.
Terror Dome is banging the table for this guy. He wants the Niners to trade up to go get J.C. Latham to tackle out of Alabama.
But go to the big board.
Big board, yes, sir.
I'll just take Powers Johnson.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I feel like this is, if the Eagles were here, I feel like the Eagles trade.
That's definitely a good pick for the Eagles, I would say.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that pick. He's the definitely number one interior guy in this draft by far. Like, oh, God. And this is where it gets tough. This is where I constantly trade down out of the draft for the Ravens. And see, this is what I hate. There is no way, and I hate PFF for this. There is no way Kool-Aid McKinstry goes off the board right there at 29, unless he is running at his pro day. Like, absolutely no way. Adonai Mitchell going to replace Gabe Davis. I wanted him in Baltimore as well. Tyler Guyton, another guy I wanted. We're looking at tackles. Jordan Morgan's more of a left tackle guy, if I remember correctly. Yep, he played a career left tackle. And I liked him if we moved on from Stanley. That's not the deal. It's definitely between either the BYU kid who can play right tackle or left tackle. Or the Yale kid who played mostly left tackle with a little bit of left guard. There's just such good – hold on. I'm going to look at one more position here. Okay, I had to see he's been falling down boards.
But if you can get him in the second round, you guys I would be super scared. Him and Zay Flowers would be a good.
And that's what I'm saying. We need a true X guy, 6'3" and up. But that's the thing. Not only is he there, there's a couple other guys like McConkey's good. Look, McConkey's got a lot of Nakua comparisons. Troy Franklin has visited with the Ravens actually as well. Sneak one there. The Ravens like to throw smoke screens. Like, dude. And this is where if I could trade, I'm trading because I already know for one thing. By the way, let's take a look here. Let's look at the quarterbacks. Yeah, with Bo Nix, Michael Penix, and maybe Rattler still on the board, especially Penix. Someone's coming up here to get a quarterback so they can get a fifth-year option. But all right, no trades, so oh my God.
You guys don't need another safety?
We do and we don't. We have Marcus Williams signed to a 5-year deal and Kyle Hamilton. It's like we could just because the value. I like this. And I have done a few mock drafts where I did take him. It's so fucking tough. Dude, that is best player. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
It's cool, bud.
I think I'm going tackle, but even these tackles are starting to fall down the board. Okay, best player available. Taking Michael.
Go for offensive tackle too.
Yep.
I'll take the guy from BYU.
Yes, sir.
That's the guy that sticks out to me.
Eagles back on the clock with pick 50 in the pick from the New Orleans Saints.
Man, it's intriguing with Bullard here. Although
that is a good one.
I think who was the safety that we picked up? Oh, Gunnar Johnson. They are listing him at corner.
Okay.
So I don't know if that would be concerning. But
that's so
you got
tough.
a linebacker?
Yes, sir. Oh, there are some good linebackers that are going.
Yes, there is.
Oh, Edwin Cooper's still on the board.
I'm going Cooper.
Yeah.
That's Spongy's favorite person. He does throw in my mock drafts too all the time, and that's who he picks.
Go to linebacker again.
Oh my God, he's on the clock again at pick 53. See, this is what I want for the Ravens. Why? Oh God.
Trotter Jr.
Oh my God.
Do
you're
it, do it,
completely
do it.
redoing that entire God. All right, Ravens are on the clock. Ooh, the Yale tackle's on the board, but there's my boy Leggett too. Oh no. See, now I'm fucked up. No, I'm not. I'm actually not. I'm not.
You should be good.
I'm not. I'm
And
taking
they'll
my boy.
forget.
Yeah, I'm
I,
taking Leggett. I have a plan for the tackle later, is why. I know what tackle I want in the third.
Let's go to linebackers.
Yes, sir. Man, I feel like the linebacker depth's probably gone. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, the definitely we're on the tier 3 linebackers now. Tier 1 and tier 2 are gone.
Let's go ahead let's go ahead get the Notre Dame linebacker.
Ooh, you're still gonna push it. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean,
Why not
are you
Brendan
sure?
Rice?
It's supposedly a 96. Oh, I'm just saying, but all right. Notre Dame?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick him.
Hold on. I just want to look. Oh my God. Okay.
Tavondre Sweat is there.
That's what I was looking at too. I was just looking at Tavondre, but they've got some good inside guys. Let me see linebacker. Laufu. All right, let's see. 20 on the clock here now. 93rd pick. I can't believe y'all didn't have. I got up on the third before y'all.
Oh, it's y'all.
I'm right behind you now.
Do y'all not have a 4th round, Spongy?
No.
What do you say?
I guess not.
What do you say?
Or 3rd round, I mean.
Do
No, we
you
haven't.
have a third?
I can tell you right now, the Eagles are going to trade back at some point with those 2 second-round picks to go get a 3rd round. 100,000.
No.
Mhm.
I don't
don't
like
think so?
that. I
Really?
don't like that. I don't like that.
Why?
No. Because the first round I'll take Faltano. Okay. This is what I think is gonna happen. First round Faltano. Okay. Pending if Nate Wiggins is there. Those are my 2 guys at 22. And then at pick 53, at pick 50, if Edgerrin Cooper is there, I'm taking Edgerrin Cooper. I'm taking Peyton Wilson. With pick 53, I might be depending if Trotter will fall, I'll take a wide receiver at 53. 53 might be the pick we trade
I'm taking
back.
the tackle Dominic Puny out of
All
Kansas.
right. Why don't we go ahead pull up wide receivers?
Heard.
With Brendan Rice.
Oh, yeah. This guy is one of my favorites too, by the way. Malik Washington out of Virginia.
I like him too.
There's Luke.
I will go ahead and take basically Luke McCaffrey, even for a backup quarterback if we need it. Bada bing.
Might be a little bit of a reach, but
it could be a little bit biased too.
But exactly. But I'm back on the clock. All right, this is our Denver. Let's see. Who did that come from? Is that technically? Oh, is this the pick swap? Yeah, this is the pick swap pick. Very nice. Very nice. Top of the 4th round. So this is what we technically. So I guess the Jets got the pick from Denver. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's look at the big board here. Ooh, there's my boy Cam Hart.
Ooh.
Oh man, hold on though. Hold on. I gotta. Oh, my edge rushers are here too.
I see the guy that we've been talking to. I'm really into.
I'm taking Kamara. Muhammad
he's
Kamara,
good.
Colorado State. Yeah, I've had my eye on him for a while. Oh, Cam Hart goes to the Steelers. Of course they do.
Yeah, Spongy, you're up, bud.
You still got him muted, I think.
No, he
He
muted himself.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh, Cooper Beebe, Malik, Christian Jones. They're still.
Yeah.
Oh God, I thought this was gonna be Gus Edwards' replacement, but now that we have Derrick Henry, I can scratch him off my draft board. Honestly,
Yeah.
A lot of people really like this guy, Isaac Guerrero, out of Louisville.
And the guy from basically North Dakota, that's another guy that we've been having interviews with.
The tackle, or
I believe so.
From North Dakota State, Jalen Sundle.
It's the same school that Michael Jordan went to.
Oh, UNC.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think we saw it on the big board.
Oh, I think he came off earlier in the draft. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was a first or second round pick. Yeah, Graham Barton. Or no, that's Duke. Sorry.
Yeah, I know we are talking to him too.
Yeah, he's probably going so high.
Yeah. Spongy.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited for the get.
I'll say if Spongy's not here, let's go to the main board and just pick the very first one for him.
Let's see. Hold on. I'll... You know what? That's not a bad pick. He didn't play great left tackle, but he right tackle. I mean, let me think here. Big board. You know what? Do they need another running back behind Saquon? Maybe they could use corner help. Not really, of course, but
I would say give him Eric All because that's an extra tight end for them, and he's pretty good by a few films that I have watched.
Let's see, what pick are they technically on right now?
They should be on.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on.
Yeah, we'll just give that to him because
he's taking forever to come back in.
All right, so you're on the clock with your pick. This is the Trey Lance pick, isn't it?
Yes. Let's go ahead and take guard from
State.
Yeah, because I know that we've been talking to him.
Yeah, he is good. Like, he is solid. Like, he's played tackle.
Oh, you back?
You guys can just take. You guys can just take the rest from me.
Oh, okay, heard my guy.
Well, we did pick Eric Allen for for you.
Tight end. Yeah. Hey, we could use tight end.
Exactly. Can't ever have enough.
Yeah, and that's why I picked him for you because I knew that he was good too for you.
It's another left tackle right here. I've had my eye on Javon Foster.
Oh,
career left tackle, 80 plus, played in the SEC every year too. Like, honestly, he's been on my radar hard. I can't believe he's fallen down some draft boards. He was originally a third round pick. Now he's like fourth or fifth.
Oh,
I got this. Also, this guy, Jalen Sundell, played a little bit of center, moved out to tackle where he played better. And North Dakota State is a power run football team.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're looking for an interior guy to run the ball with, I think that's going to be a steal. You got Rosengarten, the right tackle for the Huskies. I'm thinking about loading up on another tackle here. Hold on, I got to check.
Oh, yeah, it's your pick.
I can wait on corner. I got a safety. I think I'm just going to take another edge rusher, honestly. Can't really go wrong with the Bama guys. No, hold on. I bet you there's someone else. Not Caesar. I have a feeling I'm forgetting about somebody. I like Solomon, but it's too early. God, I hate how it scrolls on the wrong side there.
Yeah.
Oh, I do like Christian Boyd as well. Wingo's kind of he's kind of that edge. I kind of like that. We need a 290 guy. He's a nose tackle. I'm taking Christian Boyd.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Michael Pierce's replacement.
All right. Let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit on the big board.
Yep. You got 2 quick picks too. Mason.
All right. Let's go with King from Penn State.
Heard. Good pick.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized someone else was on the board. I probably would have taken over Christian Boyd.
And let's go with the tackle from basically from Washington.
All right, another solid pick. Yeah, Logan Lee, the defensive lineman from Iowa. I just saw he was on the board. I probably would have taken him actually over Boyd from the smaller school.
All right, let's give Spongy the guy from
Joe Milton third.
And he knows how to throw dimes.
Bro, did you see how far he was slinging them things?
Uh-huh.
Hey, bro. He's just in there for a Hail Mary specialist.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give him the safety from
Wake Forest.
Wake Forest, yeah.
Okay.
I know they're always looking for safeties. So who are you going to take in this one?
Blob's been on my radar hard.
Okay.
But of course, with Derrick Henry, we have 3 running backs now on roster. So it's like we probably are going to go after undrafted rookie free agents for running back. Let's see here. I don't need tight end. I could always use some more wide receiver depth. I'm going to take a look at the quarterbacks. I've got offensive tackles done. I need some corners. I could use a little bit of linebacker depth. Kamal Haddon's been popular in a lot of my drafts.
Okay.
Anthony Gold's got great special teams ability. Best hair at the combine, Sam Hartman.
Yeah. And everybody is like, oh, he's the model, blah, 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 all that other stuff. I was watching the combine too.
I'm trying to remember if I took another tackle or not. I really can't even remember at this point. My draft board's been so everywhere. I did not, actually. So let me look at tackles one more time here. I don't think I'm going back into the tackle boards. This is just so hard, man. Like,
yeah, I know.
I do like Sundell though, but I think this is where I'm going to go after a handsy corner. Kamal Haddon from Tennessee. Let's see who's back. Philly with back-to-back picks here.
All right, let's go ahead and pick the.
I know this is where it gets tough a little bit. Like,
let's give him AJ from Michigan.
AJ Barner from Michigan.
And then let's give him the guard from basically Michigan too.
Heard. That puts you back on the clock with your 5th round compensatory pick.
Go down to the 3rd guy, and I'll go ahead and take that corner right there.
Nehemiah Pritchett, Auburn.
Mm-hmm. And he
Joe
got
Milton goes
good
to the
hands.
Steelers.
Ooh.
And then
Oh,
Eagles back on the clock with a comp pick here. Oh, Frank Gore Jr.
Let's give
I'm gonna let you take him next pick.
let's give Green to Spongy.
Heard, and then Gore to you.
Yep, Gore to me.
That's a no-brainer. That's a pick y'all might jump on a little bit too, man. You're back on the board again with another comp pick here.
All right, and
Loaded.
Go down a little.
I think he's going up on some boards too.
Mhm.
Dial didn't look terrible. This is where it's starting to get real.
Let's go for last name is like Jacobs, but he's from Penn State.
Penn State.
You just went past him.
Oh, sorry. I got you one second. Let's do it like this. There we go. Linebacker Curtis Jacobs. This, like I said, is where it starts getting real hard.
Yeah, tough too.
There ain't even many wide receivers left technically on the board. That's where we're going to see some guys that don't even have their names on the draft boards getting pulled.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Prince. See, this is where I wish I had my notes out here from the combine on some of these guys. I recognize some of the names, and I don't know if it's for good reasons or bad reasons.
Yeah, so I see that your studio looks a little bit different today.
Yeah, me and the girlfriend rearranged the PC room. I don't know about y'all. Every once in a while, we just like rearrange everything.
Yeah.
So we've got like now our PC desks, like gaming setups, like back to each other. So I've got
nice.
I have less space behind me, but I have more of a flat wall to do stuff with. So I just got to do the decorations and all that.
Oh, nice.
Non-running backs I like. I want to slightly take Tua's brother, just to like, but I'm also terrified he leaks secrets to his brother.
Yeah. And plus, they might not do good in the cold. Hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
Like his older brother did not do good in Kansas City.
Oh, dude, that was rough. Like,
oh, especially with the broken helmet.
You gotta love this guy's just got a face.
That's strange. I haven't seen that yet.
I had never seen that either till now. That was pretty funny. Hold on. All right, I think I'm looking at my last groups here. I want to look at edge and defensive line together. Crumity, maybe. Trying to see if there's any names that jump off. Jeffcoat did not look good. Crumity, if I remember, he was bigger. Yeah, he's 6'5", 305 guy. He looked pretty good, though. He's played a little bit of everything. I think that's going to be my guy.
Okay.
Play a little bit of everything. I don't even know if we have a 7th round. Wow, we've got 2 picks remaining. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to get real rough.
And I know Spongy has no more picks in this round. I think I only got maybe 1 or 2 left. Oh, that guy's good.
And that's why I was like, I remember his name coming up a little bit. I think he's going to be my guy, but I want to just double check one more time. I already got a safety early in the draft. Is there any linebackers I'm forgetting about? Don't think so. I kind of do like Dial a little bit too. I don't know if he's going to be too good of a fit for us. Yeah, at this point, I'm going to take Dial.
Yeah, see, technically, he could be one of the undrafted guys too.
He really could be.
And you're back on the board.
I didn't realize. How did I miss him that many times? I love this kid. He's one of my sneak running backs. I love him. 5'9", 195, shifty kid, 1,700, 1,400. Like, I got a feeling about this kid. He might go undrafted, but he's my priority on rookie free agent. All right, here's your last pick of the draft, 251.
All right, go to tight end.
Okay.
And I will take go down to a Washington kid. Or is that all the tight ends?
That's all the tight ends. That's everyone that's left.
Oh, dang.
Washington kid. Let's see, where did he go off the board?
It was Cope. Last name's Cope. Devin Cope.
I don't think it'll show me players on that side, sadly.
Yeah.
Man, when did he go? Like,
I know he was going up in the draft board. He probably went out during the 5th or 6th round, 4th round.
Man.
Because that guy has a great body. He reminds me of DK Metcalf.
Oh, man. I really don't know. He must have been high 4th.
All right, let's. Yeah.
What you thinking?
Let's go ahead and take Isaac Rex from BYU.
Okay. That'll finish our draft. Let's see.
Now let's see what our grades are.
I don't even care for their grades that much. My first PFF mock draft that I did got graded so low, and if you were to grade it based on their new grades, I would have had like a fucking A+ draft, like absolutely dominated the draft. So let's see. Newbin got a B-. Leggett A-. Pretty good in the early top 4 rounds, according to them. They love the Marcellus Dial pick, though. Probably based on need. And they hated my Crumity pick, though. B- overall. Where is? Oops. There we go. 49ers. Overall, a C. How is that gonna? I was gonna say, how the hell you gonna rate that?
Yeah, I don't think
it's a jump because the tackles have been falling, but like no, them tackles are gonna be coveted, bro. Like,
and that
I kind of understand that second pick. I understand they're great on that second pick. I was a little hesitant. McCaffrey, you know what? I don't agree with that. I give it a higher grade. Be comfortable where you're taking him, and I think 3rd is comfortable. He looked good at the combine.
3rd or
you got great grades late with the Rosengarter, Pritchett, King, Beebe, and then the last 2 or 3. Oh, and Frank Gore added to that too. But last 2, man, there was like nothing left at that point.
Yeah.
Like, let's see. Prior to him jumping out, they did not like the Jackson Powers pick.
No, they did not.
Great pick. I didn't agree with that pick either, to be honest with you. I was very hesitant of the Jeremiah Trotter right after. I think they could have waited on that. And then after that, we took over a little bit. Mustafa, good pick. Eric All. Man, honestly, right there, I wonder what tight ends were still on the board right there when he took Jeremiah. And like I said, I know he didn't want it, but this draft class is too deep. With them having pick 50 and 53, one of these picks is going to be traded. Absolutely. And they are going to pick up a 3rd round pick. They can't afford to miss out on that 3rd round.
Oh yeah,
it's just too good. Like case in point, like both of us, got absolutely dominant play. Well, I'll count that no matter what. You can basically say you flip those picks and get them at this different spots, and it probably would grade better. But
it's just how PDF runs. I know a few other sites that grades a little bit more differently, and each site grades differently anyway by my standard.
I know for me, like one of the first things I constantly do is when I do the mock draft, I run it. Of course, the Ravens come up. Like I said, let's see. With the quarterbacks still on the board, I got to see one thing. So with the Patriots taking Marvin Harrison 3rd, they need a quarterback.
Yeah, they do.
I don't think they came back up in the 1st round above us. And I don't know if you know, we've done work with them before a lot on draft day. I'm telling you, that picks happen. I guarantee you, if I make this trade with the Patriots right now for pick 34, they're taking a quarterback. no
Oh, yeah.
matter what. And I just like to do it because I think, hold on, sorry, New England. Where the hell's? Oh yeah, they're high on the list. So, and I don't even like super ask for a lot. Like I'll of course PFF says if I ask for their 103rd, which is what their third round pick, they'll do it. But honestly, I'm generous. I say, hey man,
Oh, yeah.
give me a fourth, and then usually what I like to do is a pick swap. So move up 10 spots in the third, and then gain a fourth. PFF does it every time, as I think any GM would. And yep, there goes Bo Nix. And see, I think y'all have there's another really good trade partner right here. I think you could be staring at. Did Washington take a quarterback yet? Yeah, they took Drake May. But there's another team I'm staring at. Where are they? Minnesota. Did they take someone at 20? And Minnesota ain't taking Jazar Newton. They traded up to that pick. They're making moves.
Yeah.
They're coming up for a quarter. But I could have them potentially as a trade candidate, I think, for you. And man, what you would have to that's right. They already traded that second round. That's why I said they're taking quarterback. Right there at 23, they're taking Michael Penix.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Levi,
Yes,
what are you doing basically on your channel?
I've been slacking, my guy. I just been working out all the time. And, I'm working on getting more of my draft special coverage coming and all that. But
Nice.
I've just been slacking. Let's just say that. I think I've lost like 6 subscribers over the last 28 days.
Oh, well, the good news is I only lost 1, but I gained 3. So it was like, because I took 3 weeks off. I took 3 weeks off because I needed a little bit of a break.
Same.
So,
when the Ravens lost to the Chiefs, I did the same thing, my guy. I was like, I just need to exhale.
So, so basically I'm doing shows Tuesday at 6, Friday at 7 for a variety
Pacific
show.
Or Eastern?
Yeah, basically Pacific time. It'll be later for you. And then I do my Saturday show at on 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So basically I'm doing like a 3-day a week schedule.
Good stuff, my guy. I need to get on the more routine schedule.
Yeah. So I'm going to play the intro and then we'll go ahead and end it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you for having me.